Do you think that the world runs on honesty and hard work? If yes, then you are living in a big illusion. The real game in this world is of power, and the one who understands it wins. Do you think that your boss will promote you after seeing your hard work, or people in business will give you money because of your good intentions? The reality is that there are some hidden rules of power in the world which work silently, and only the one who understands them succeeds. The 48 Laws of Power is not just a book, but the key to those hidden secrets of power which are used by the most influential people of the world, from Napoleon to Machiavelli, and even in modern times. Whether it is business, politics, or personal life, the one who knows these rules is the one who is at the top of his game. Without this book, you are unknowingly playing in the hands of those people who know these rules and are using you for their benefit. Think whether you want to let this happen. The author of this book, Robert Greene, has written about power strategy, and he has done deep research on human nature. This best-seller book of his will teach you how to gain influence and control in your life, how to take the right decisions at the right time, and how to save yourself from the tricks that the world tries on you every day. If you understand these 48 rules of power, then no one can defeat you. So, if you also want to understand the power game in your life and win, then watch this video completely, and yes, if you are new to the Great Rathod channel, then subscribe now, because here you get the summary of the world's most powerful books, and that too in an action-oriented style. Now tell us in the comment, the most power in your life. If you want to be successful in your career or business, then it is important to understand that powerful people always try every possible way to maintain their position. If you are working under someone who is more powerful than you, then never make the mistake of overshining. People's insecurities make them feel bad. This can make you dangerous, and if your boss thinks you are more talented or powerful than him, he can do anything to stop you from progressing. So, it is wise to showcase your abilities in a way that encourages you rather than intimidates you. Present your achievements carefully and make sure that your boss or leader always feels important. There are many examples in history where people have caused harm to themselves by insulting their boss. If you want to defeat an enemy, direct confrontation is never the best way. The real power lies in confusing them. Show your enemies that you are not against them, but with them. When they stop being cautious about you, then you can take your real steps. By doing this, you can understand their plans and attack them at the right time. Many great leaders have used this strategy. They got close to their biggest rivals, won their trust, and then made their move at the right time. People always make the mistake of confronting their enemies, but if you work with patience and cleverness, then the enemy can be weakened without fighting. If you reveal your intentions, then you make yourself weak. There are many people in the world who do not want to see you succeed. If you tell them your intentions beforehand, then they will find some way or the other to stop you. Therefore, always keep your real intentions hidden and let people have the illusion that they understand you. No one should know what your next move will be. This strategy is used by many successful people. They never tell what their next move will be, due to which their opponents are always confused. When people will not be able to understand your real intentions, then they will not be able to make plans against you. Speaking less is an important quality to maintain power. When you speak more, then you expose your weaknesses and intentions in front of others. Smart people know when to remain silent and when to speak. When you speak less, you will be able to make plans against you. If you are a strong person, then people give more importance to your words. If you keep talking all the time, then your words slowly start losing their importance. There have been many people in history who influenced others with their silence and kept their opponents confused. Do not reveal your plans or ideas unless it is necessary. If you want to become powerful, then learn to control the reputation of others. People's image in the world is their biggest strength. If you can ruin the reputation of your opponents, then you can weaken them. Rumors, misunderstandings, and people's perceptions can bring down anyone's power. This is the reason why people in politics and business adopt different methods to bring down the reputation of others. But remember, this strategy works only when used carefully. If you do it the wrong way, it can backfire against you. The smartest people weaken the image of their opponents slowly without showing that they are doing so. When their reputation starts falling, their power also starts decreasing. By taking advantage of this, you can make yourself stronger. To become powerful in the world, it is important that people notice you. If people do not feel your presence, then your success will have no meaning. All the influential people in history knew how important it is to stand out in the crowd. Some people attract attention with their achievements, while others resort to controversies. But whatever method you adopt, the goal should be that people notice you and pay attention to what you say. If you are in the company of people, then you will be able to win their hearts. If you are not able to make a place in their minds, they will forget you and someone else will take your place. So whatever you do it in such a way that people discuss it. You also have to learn how to turn negative publicity in your favor. Sometimes criticism can also make you famous if you know how to handle it properly. If you want to be successful, it is not necessary that you do everything yourself. The real power lies in those people who get the work done by others and take the credit for it themselves. There are many examples in history where great leaders and businessmen made their name by taking advantage of the hard work of others. This does not mean that you exploit others. Rather, the right way is that you inspire people to work for your vision, and finally, when you get success, associate it with your name. This will help you move forward and your reputation will also be strong. But this work has to be done cleverly so that people do not feel that they are being used. If you want people to be successful, then if someone is drawing towards you, understand their fear and greed. Most of the decisions of a person are influenced by fear and greed. If you want to bring someone with you, make him feel that he can lose something if he does not support you. Similarly, if you want to bring someone on your side, lure him to achieve something big. When people start thinking that they can lose or gain something, they take decisions by getting carried away by their emotions, and you can take advantage of it. All the great leaders and businessmen in history have used this strategy very well. To become powerful, it is important to become self-reliant. If you depend on others for everything, they will start controlling your decisions. Self-reliant people are the real power because they do not depend on anyone. You have to understand that taking help from others is not a bad thing, but giving your power in someone else's hands can be dangerous. Those who create their own power are the real leaders. If you want no one to control you, then learn how to take your own decisions and take responsibility for your own success. If you reveal your plans to people, they will try to stop you. So always keep your real strategy secret. All the smart people in history never talked openly about their next move. When people do not understand your intentions, they are not able to make any solid plan against you. Only those people are successful in the world who keep their plans secret until they implement them completely. This will not only confuse your enemies, but you will also be able to avoid obstacles coming in your way. If you want to become powerful, then learn to make people dependent on you. When people feel the need for you, then only they will be under your control. If they become completely self-reliant, then they will leave you or can turn against you. So always create such conditions where people cannot move forward without your help. This becomes even more important when if you are in an organization or business, if things cannot run without you, then people will not dare to remove or ignore you. But all this has to be done cleverly so that the other person does not feel that you are making him dependent. If he understands this, then he will try to distance himself from you. To become powerful, it is important that people consider you trustworthy and generous, even if your real intention is something else. If you appear too harsh and cunning, then people will start being cautious of you. So, pretend to be honest and generous. When people think of you as a kind and helpful person, they will trust you more and will not be able to catch your tricks easily. Many great leaders in history have used this strategy. They looked good and kind from outside, but their real intentions were something else. Many people make the mistake of trying to clash with a person who is more talented or powerful than them, but doing so can be harmful. If someone is more influential than you, then instead of trying to defeat him, use his strength to your advantage. Instead of making him your rival, try to get his support. Sometimes, it is more beneficial to befriend powerful people than to go against them. If you have already made someone your enemy, then do not leave him incomplete. If you have an opponent, then finish him completely so that he does not become an obstacle in your path again. It has been seen in history that if an enemy is left incomplete, then he can become a bigger threat in the future. Therefore, whenever any obstacle comes in front of you, make a plan to remove it completely. But all this is done before doing anything. It is important to think carefully so that you do not get into any big trouble. To become powerful, it is important that people pay attention to you continuously. If people forget you, your power will diminish. Therefore, always do such things which attract people's attention. It is not necessary to do something big every time, but you have to ensure that your presence is maintained. All the influential people in history knew how to attract and maintain people's attention. As long as people keep looking at you and talk about you, your power will remain. If you want to move ahead, you do not need to work hard alone. Smart people make their way by using the strength and resources of others. When people help you, they also consider themselves important. But the real benefit is yours. All the successful people in history have used the knowledge, hard work, and network of others. So if you want to move up, gather around you such people whose capabilities you can use for your goal. But do it in such a way that you can do it. Make sure that the other person does not feel that he is working only for you. If he starts feeling that he is being used, he can turn against you. To become powerful, it is important that people do not understand your intentions. If they read you completely, they can take advantage of your weaknesses. Therefore, sometimes it is necessary to create an atmosphere of uncertainty. When people do not understand what you are going to do next, they remain nervous and start spending their energy thinking about you. This fear can sometimes benefit you because due to this people start taking your words more seriously. Those who are completely understood become weak because their opponents can easily defeat them. In the world, not only real strength matters, but it is also important to show it. Many times people are not as influential as they appear, but their external influence is so strong that people consider them powerful. If you want to make your identity in the society, then you should be very careful. If you want to achieve success, then you have to create an impressive image about yourself. This image will attract people and give you strength. You have to show that you are successful. Whatever your actual situation is, people who show themselves as weak are considered weak by the society. If you have reached a high position, then it does not mean that you will remain there forever. The world keeps changing, people keep changing, and circumstances also keep changing. People who make the mistake of considering their position as permanent, they fall at some point of time. So always be alert and be ready for change. Those who keep strengthening themselves and adapt themselves according to new circumstances, they stay for a long time. If you think that friends will always be with you, then it can be a big mistake. It has been seen in history that friends sometimes become your biggest enemies because they know your weaknesses. So do not base your strength on friends. Many times friends leave you when needed, but enemies always play their role. So do not be too cautious in friendship. Avoid trusting and always keep your position strong so that you do not suffer much loss even if someone betrays you. Your enemy can also be used to increase your power. When your enemy does not understand your plans and believes that you are different from him, then you can put him to work for your benefit. If your enemy feels that he is working against you, then he puts all his strength. By taking advantage of this situation, you can use him for your purpose. Do not be afraid of giving them such work, because if they understand that you are taking advantage of them, then they will try to fail your plan. But if you do it in a precise way, then your enemy can also be forced to help you. Never get too attached to anyone, because doing so can weaken your strength. When you get too attached to someone, then he starts feeling your power and can also control your freedom. It is important to maintain balance in a relationship. If you become too dependent on someone, then your position can also be shaken. So always keep yourself out of a situation where you become completely dependent on someone. Your relationship will remain healthy only when both of you respect each other's freedom. If you lose your freedom, then you may have to pay a heavy price for it. If you want people to work with you and believe in your plans, then you have to show that they are a part of that plan. When people understand that they are also part of that plan, then they start doing that work wholeheartedly. This is a powerful way by which you can attract people towards you. When people consider themselves a part of a big plan, then their way of working and their contribution is more effective. If you want people to work for you, then it is important to create this belief in their hearts that they are an important part of your plan. This belief brings them mentally closer to you and turns their entire energy towards you. Rich and powerful people behaving like a noble can also be an important part of your strength. If you want people to take you seriously and work with you, then you have to present yourself in a respectable and impressive manner. Your inner strength will be visible only when you learn the art of showing yourself as powerful. This is not just a show-off, but it is a mindset that should be within you. When you keep your presence impressive and full of confidence, people are drawn towards you and pay attention to you. Behaving like a noble increases your confidence, and people are also attracted towards you. For success, you always have to keep yourself new. If you keep going in the same way, people can ignore you soon. This is the reason why you should keep updating yourself by facing new challenges from time to time. This new form not only refreshes you mentally, but also makes you attractive to people. When you constantly improve yourself, you help in coming out of your old image and creating a new identity. It keeps you creative and fresh in every situation, which keeps your strength intact. When you are involved in a big game, the most important thing is to keep your hands clean and show yourself innocent. It is a principle that when you get caught in some wrongdoing, it affects your image. If you blame someone else for your decisions and keep yourself strong and innocent, then people will believe you. This method not only protects your position, but also gives a message to others that you are a responsible and right person. In such a situation, you have to conduct your tricks and actions in such a way that no one can accuse you. The more innocent you look, the more your power and reputation will increase. Never let anyone depend on you. Making others needy and bringing them under your control is an effective method that helps you use them for your benefit. When people depend on you for something, then you become the most important person for them. Their fear and need go away. This gives you a powerful position in their mind. By taking advantage of this situation, you are able to fulfill your desires. Those whose needs you fulfill come under your control, and this is another power in your hand. This technique gives you the opportunity to control people who cannot live without your help. The next thing is to take steps without fear. Fear is only a mental barrier that prevents us from recognizing our potential. When you are fully prepared to implement a plan, do not let fear come in your way. The real strength comes out only by facing fear. If you face the challenge instead of being afraid of yourself, then you will be able to prove yourself. Taking steps without fear gives you confidence and courage in every situation, which leads to success and progress in your work. When you walk without fear, people are attracted towards you and recognize your strength. The way to move ahead by making a plan is the way to success. It is very effective for success. When you try to do any work without planning, its result can be uncertain. A solid plan, strategic thinking, and taking steps in the right direction increases the chances of success. Always plan till the end so that every action of yours is done with a purpose. This ensures that you never deviate from your goal and always keep moving in one direction. By working in a planned manner, you can not only control your steps, but also your actions. Not only can you make others realize your power and skill. If you are sure about every step and your goal is clear, you can easily overcome any challenge. It is an important strategy to always make your achievements look easy. When you make your successes look very difficult or extraordinary, people start seeing you as an abnormal person. This not only weakens your position, but also hides your reality. Therefore, present your achievements in such a way that they look easy and normal. By doing this, people accept your success easily and consider your work equally effective. This method not only increases your confidence, but is also inspiring for others. When you make your victory look easy, people understand that it is possible, and in this way your image becomes that of a successful and capable person. Your power and influence increases when you give others the opportunity to think according to their wishes. When people feel free, they're more likely to express their opinions and ideas. You can think openly about your thoughts. Along with this, you can gradually turn their thinking in your direction. This is a great way to control the mindset, because when people think according to their wishes, they find themselves in line with your thoughts. This not only gives you a chance to gain their trust, but they also see your plans as their own plans, which increases your influence. In this way, you connect someone with you and attract his thinking towards you without any pressure. If you come close to a person, then identifying his weaknesses and using them is also a strategy by which you can control him. This is an art that comes only with accuracy and experience. When you understand someone's fear, greed, or other weaknesses, then you can direct him according to you. This work has to be done very carefully, because if you come to know someone's weakness and you misuse it, then it can also go against you. But when you use someone's mental, emotional, or physical weaknesses, then you can control them. If used correctly, you can control his thinking and action. This is why identifying weaknesses and controlling them in a precise manner is a powerful technique. Whenever you talk about your plans, it is very important that you do not make those plans public. The information of the plan should be limited to you only because when people start knowing your plan, you can lose your goal. Other people can interfere in your plan, try to make it fail or change it. That is why it is more effective to keep your plans secret and implement them gradually. When you share your plans with someone, its effect can be less because every person has his own thinking and he can change his approach towards the plan. That is why the strategy is to always keep your plans confidential and work on them carefully. Your personality and lifestyle can also increase your influence. When you live in a royal style and live your life in an impressive way, people will start to notice you. People are naturally attracted to you. This not only boosts your confidence, but others are also inspired by your example. When you live your life according to high standards and do your work with special care, people feel the presence of you. This gives a royal aura to your personality and strengthens your position. Your every activity, whether it is your routine or your decisions, leaves a deep impact on others. People try to be like you, and thus your power and influence increases. Taking the right step at the right time is also an important part of success. Only by using time properly can you implement any plan effectively. If you understand the importance of time and take decisions at the right time, then you have the greatest strength. By taking action at the right time, you can take maximum advantage of opportunities and achieve a goal before others. Taking timely decisions not only increases your efficiency, but it also affects the people around you. If you take the right steps at the right time, people appreciate your decisions and you become a capable and influential person in their eyes. It is the right use of time that causes you to succeed. When you dislike something, focusing on it can weaken your power. If you think about something disliked repeatedly, it affects your mental and emotional state. This situation pulls you towards getting more attached to that thing, which makes you focus on it. When you ignore something, you deny its power and influence. Therefore, ignoring disliked things gives you mental peace and control. It not only saves your energy, but also gives you an opportunity to focus more on your plans and actions. By ignoring in this way, you preserve your power and keep yourself away from things that can hinder your progress. Making attractive and mysterious plans is a powerful strategy. When people are not able to guess your plans, their curiosity increases and they are ready to follow you. The combination of mystery and attraction is a power that draws people towards you. It creates uncertainty and excitement in their minds, which further increases their interest in your plan. When you present your plans in a mysterious way, people become interested in knowing them, and your power takes advantage of this curiosity through attractive plans. You not only increase your power, but also attract others towards you, which also strengthens your influence and reputation. Thinking out of the box can be a risky move, but it can give you an identity from the crowd. However, it is also important that you keep the risk in mind while making your thinking completely unique and different. Thinking out of the box can give you identity and power, but it can also harm you if your thinking is not understandable to people when you decide your direction. If you are thinking of something, then make sure that your thinking is full of wisdom at every step, and you have to stick to your thoughts. This kind of thinking not only sets you apart from the crowd, but also gives you more opportunities on the way to reach a goal, provided your thinking is used in the right direction. When you become unpredictable to confuse the enemies, then you prevent them from guessing your plans. When a person is unable to understand your strategies, then he wastes all his energy and time thinking about you. This is a wonderful way to maintain your strength, because the unpredictable prevents the enemy from harming you. When you think one step ahead and make your plans unpredictable, then you confuse your enemies and they never understand when and how you will take the next step. You can protect yourself from the unpredictable and confuse your enemies, which makes you stronger than them. Doing something for free can reduce your value and respect. When you do something for free, then your value and respect can decrease. If you make a habit of giving for free, people start valuing it less. If you give your services, time, or skills for free, people do not value your ability and work properly. This situation may make you self-satisfied but can reduce your reputation and respect. Instead, fix a price for your work and give others an opportunity to understand what kind of person you are. Your services and efforts will be valued only when people see you as an ideal professional and a valuable human being. Thus, the habit of not giving anything for free maintains your reputation and status, and you get the right value for your work. When you do something for free, people start considering your services as worthless. When you give your hard work or skills for free, it means that you are reducing your own value and respect. When you make a habit of giving something for free all the time, people fail to understand your value and take your contribution lightly. This damages your reputation and people start looking at you as a trivial or precious thing. So it is important that you value your work and show others that your services and efforts are worth it. When you respect yourself, people respect you too. Trying to take the place of a great person can always have negative consequences. When you try to take the place of a great person, you challenge him and your own identity can get blurred. Never forget that it is not possible to take someone's place until you recognize your unique qualities and develop them as your strengths. When you try to take the place of others, you not only diminish the respect of that person, but also weaken your own ability and identity. It is much more important to prove yourself in your role and make your own identity rather than taking the place of someone else. In this way, you can establish yourself in a permanent position. It is an art to move and shake the crowd according to your wishes. If you can make people listen to your desires and needs, then you can do it. If you can mold others according to your plans, you become a powerful person. When you understand the psychology of others and motivate them to move in your direction, you are not only influential, but can also lead them. For this, you have to understand the thoughts and feelings of the crowd and bend them according to your thoughts and goals. If you do it correctly, people start considering you an influential leader and move in your direction. Winning the hearts and minds of people and bringing them under your influence is the greatest power. When you make a place in someone's heart and gain control over his thoughts, you can motivate him to work according to your plan. It is a process of building trust and respect that takes time and effort. When you are able to influence someone in this way, you play on their affinity and sensitivities. Such people are with you and come under your influence, which is extremely powerful for you. It is a strategy that requires you to understand the psychology of people so that you can lead them to provoke your opponents to imitate you. Is a clever strategy. When you force your enemies to imitate you, you force them to follow your strengths and strategies. This not only reduces the power of your opponents, but also gives you a kind of mental victory. They do the same things as you do, but they cannot become like you. In this process, you not only prove your superiority, but also set an example for others, thereby strengthening your position. Embracing change is very important, but one should not forget that it is equally important to protect your existing position while you are doing the same things. When you welcome changes, you evolve, but during this change, you should maintain your stability and position. When you accept the changes and still maintain your identity and position, you become an ideal. Recognizing your strength in change and channelizing it in the right direction makes you powerful and influential. By maintaining this balance, you can turn both situations into your strength. Never look too perfect, because when you look too perfect, people start considering you unreal and deceptive. There is no limit to perfection, and when you try to show it, you make people feel that you are not normal, which can make them stay away from you. Instead of looking perfect, showing your weaknesses and human sides is more effective. When you show your reality, people can connect with you and are attracted to you. Also, remember that instead of being perfect, it is important that you are in the process of improving and developing yourself.